Welcome back to the Legend of Heroes Trails through Daybreak, where last time, or over the last 2 episodes, we reached the city of Farbad, and last time we explored the cultural district and did the 4 SPG there, and today we are in the entertainment district, and we just picked up a quest and got hit on by some tourist girls. And now we can look around here as well. Farbad's police force has never had to deal with an event of this scale before. Everyone's on edge as a result. I wish my fellow officers could ease up a little, but I do understand. We have help from other precincts, but at the end of the day, it's on us local police to do our best to keep the city safe. There's a shop here. Greetings. If you have any general questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. The owner here does sales, so it falls on me as secretary to handle customer reception or for guidance. In addition to featuring Central Eastern merchandise handpicked by the owner, we offer specialized services by dedicated experts. If you're looking for imported goods specifically, our owner will handle that directly. This stuff is amazing, check it out, Laurel! We don't have anything like this back home, not even in fancy department stores. These West Central Eastern items are pretty pricey, but something tells me if you don't buy something now, I'll regret it. Oh hey look, they sell portable hookahs too! Shayla, we're not here to go on a shopping spree, we came to enjoy a film festival and try to rub elbows with celebrities, remember? Don't get me wrong, it's okay to let ourselves get a little distracted, but let's try to make our way toward Vegas films later tonight, okay? Although I gotta admit, I'm a little intrigued by that orbital hookah. Welcome to my pride and joy. This outlet is a perfect place to see the prosperity of Farbad firsthand. They call this place the city of chances, and that's never been more true than it is right now with this boom we're seeing. Really, that sense of opportunity was there when I was still just a humble trader, and it's why I set up shop here in the first place. You can't call yourself a merchant if you're afraid of a challenge, and just look at me now, I'm doing great! These orbital hookahs seem to be the latest fad. I had someone come in and try to sell me on them. There are other shops stocking them around here, but I'm not one to turn down a chance to make money, so I said, sign me up. After all, what good is a wave if you don't ride it? I'm more than happy to join the club if it means more mirror for me.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
A gift for Yumi.
We await your next visit.
Oh, I'm so in love with this brand.
Greetings, if you're looking for traditional equipment, Farbad style, you've come to the right place. For decades, connoisseurs have been captivated by the decorations and sleek designs that Central Eastern gear has to offer. In particular, we had a lot of discerning customers from West pay us visits in recent times. It's all the more reason to put my experience working in an LSI museum to use and choose only the finest items to put on display.
What can I do for you?
I guess later when we have a place to get some money. Looking to tune up your opponents? Well, you've come to the right place. I know just how hard it can be to keep your gear in tip-top shape with all this sand, so why not leave it to a professional? I saw mounds of tired old orbital machinery back when I ran a workshop in the cultural district years and years ago. Now when I got to deal in the latest and greatest tech, I feel like all that toiling away has finally paid off. It's great!
Hey, welcome! Thanks, pal. Whoops.
Give it a rest, Hardy. I'm done being cooped up. I want to see what else is out there. I need to. I can't stay stuck in Farbad forever. You want this car Dad gave me to rest? Damn, whoever this guy's dad is must have cash to burn. That's a fancy high-end urban sports car. And that's only the start of it. The suspension underneath that beast is a land carrier class. The intake's been modded to handle freaking sandstorms. Those aren't exactly off-the-shelf upgrades. I can only imagine how much mirror has been stuffed into this thing to trick it out like this. Young master, I'm afraid this is out of the question. Your father has ordered me not to let you out of the city until you have completed your studies. Forgive me, sir. As a word, there's nothing to stop the two of us from going out on a little joyride across the sand dunes, right? Those are technically still within city limits, so it's not like we'll be breaking any rules if we take a little trip out there. Please, young master, you must be reasonable. The Sandsea is simply much too dangerous to go bowling about in, I'm afraid. Young Master Isan comes from the largest trading house in all of Farbad. Alas, he tragically lost his mother at a young age. He's since grown up lacking regard for others, let us say. As a result, his father has prohibited him from leaving the city until he learns to embrace proper decorum. Unfortunately, the young master does not grasp that such limits are in place for his own good, to ensure he lives comfortably. If my father was so keen on keeping me in town, then why did he gift me such a sweet car, huh? With a ride this nice, just begging to be customized to Gehenna and back, and then taken out to satisfy the need of a speed.
Not this way.
Okay, I can't do these things yet, apparently. Good, then police officers. Man, can I have a little break in peace around here? The heat out here gets tiring when you aren't used to it. Oliver smoke a bit of hookah on the job, and I get written up for it. A bit harsh for such a minor offense, don't you think? I heard of these new pocket-sized orbital hookahs you can buy though. Pretty interested. I hear they have pretty refreshing flavor. Maybe I won't get caught with something like that, huh? I've always looked forward to the film festival in Macedon. I thought once it got cancelled that would be it for film this year. I never expected anyone to put on another event in a place like this. It's such a different feeling city. I'm not sure it has what it takes to pull off a proper film festival. Come on, mommy, give it a chance. Movies are getting popular in Western Greece. I'm sure they understand what makes them so special. Besides, Mr. Gotti himself has been putting it all together. That's got to count for something. Maybe, I hope you're right. I'm still keeping my expectations in check. I just hope he keeps his tastes in check. Oh, I recognize that hotel from a movie. Perhaps if I get some location hunting in too, this could be a fun trip after all. Eileen, sweetheart, do you have any suggestions for places we should visit? I'm really attached to the Macedon Film Festival, so I can't help but be worried about its future after everything that's happened. But my daughter seems optimistic. Perhaps I try to think of this as more of a sightseeing trip and just try to enjoy myself. Plus I've heard about those hookahs they have here. I think I might just take the opportunity to partake.
So...
Something is fishy about these things. I wouldn't make them so... these orbital hookahs so front and center everywhere if not something was fishy with them, you know? Between you and me, I'm honestly shocked my mom came to check out the film festival. She's a little old-fashioned in some ways, not to mention her terrible sense of direction. Not the best combo for traveling. But I want her to have a good time, so I'm going to do what I can to help her out. Oh great, it's a Sprig and his lackeys. What are you people doing out here of all places? What's going on, baby? Do we know these people? Relax, you're just out here on business. Sometimes a job takes us out of Edith. We aren't glued to the capital, you know? I'm more curious what you're doing all the way out here, detective. Bit out of your jurisdiction, ain't it? Guess our big city detective here got some time to kill if he's able to take his lady friend down to the film festival. Shut it. I'm off duty right now, so what's it matter to you? Besides, she wants to see the film festival too, you know? just don't go causing me any headaches, alright? Last thing I need is you all getting in the way of my vacation. Wouldn't it be easy to just pretend we're not here and go on with your date? To learn to chill out sometimes, Paul.
Alrighty.
You don't know how long it took me to get her to finally agree to this trip. I won't let you or anyone else ruin this for me. At first I thought it was a bit early for us to be taking any trips, but the film festival is as good a reason to go as any. Might as well have some fun now with them here either way. It's so hot. How is it October and still feeling like this? Next time I engage in talks to do business with a Central Eastern firm, I'm going to ask for winter meetings. Anyway, is there going to be some sort of festival here? People seem to be awfully excited about whatever's brewing in town. Yes, there's in fact a film festival here.
Don't be shy.
Hey folks, need something cold to cope with the heat? I've got traditional local drinks to quench it first. Or if you're looking for something modern, I've got plenty of trendy drinks too. Honestly, between you and me, I'm more into the latter, and I say that despite being born and raised here. But that's the way it goes these days. There's plenty of Central Eastern girls like that.
What'll it be for today? Thanks a bunch.
Oh, check it out, Survey. It's the El Jumeirah Hotel. I know we don't have any business there, but wow, it sure would make for some amazing shots if we got to film it. It's nice and all, Nino, but are you telling me you didn't notice a famous director who literally just walked right past us? You know that guy with the glasses? That had to have been Leslie Lamb, the director. I just know it. Holy crap, good eye! I didn't realize that at all. Did you happen to see where he is headed? It looked like he was walking over to Vegas Films? Wait, that's where we're supposed to be going. Yeah, you're totally right. I got so caught up sightseeing, I forgot why we're even here. I'm glad you said something, or else I wouldn't have remembered to drop off our film there. There's so many celebrities out and about, it's easy to get distracted when you see one. I guess the film festival is almost here. We've been so focused on dropping off our movie with Vegas Films, I guess I forgot. And we forgot when we saw Mr. Lamb. Now I feel like I kind of turned around. Jeez. I bought a memory card containing an independent film I made with my friend, as well as a movie report. And you think successful, vibrant studio these days, the first thing that comes to mind is Vegas Films, right? So I figured who better to ask to evaluate our work as amateur filmmakers than them. Hopefully you give us a fair shake. I'm so tired. I'm already occupied enough just helping out with preparations. So of course Mr. Gotti had to come in and bark one of his elaborate orders at the last minute. Which, you know, that's great, I was just swell. Worse still, I've got President Dillon breathing down my neck trying to rush everything. And now they want me to take care of pitches on top of that. That's not even kinda part of my job officially.
Alrighty.
This is a surprise, both Gotti and President Dillon being nowhere to be found. Unfortunate. As something of a friendly rival of his, I was hoping to say hello to Gotti and wish him good luck. Oh well, I'm sure we'll cross paths at the festival one way or another, even I have no intention of losing this year. Is that who I think it is? Yep, director Leslie Lamb from Kowloon Pictures. Hell of a guest list the festival's got if he's here. The event's got the Lion d'Or award for directors, that's why. Just about every director worth a salt will be attending for that. Well, given the film festival is all about entertainment, people are betting either Gotti or Lamb will end up taking it home. It would be rude of me to wait around forever. I'll give him a little more time, and if he still doesn't show up, I'll head back to my room. Considering he's producing a whole festival, I can imagine he's incredibly busy right now. Perhaps I say for a exchange for the award ceremony. That may well be the best time for us to sit down and talk. Oh hello, is there anything I can help you with? I won't lie, I've got my hands full with people coming and going for the film festival, but it's all still really fun too. As a movie buff, I get a real kick out of seeing all the actors and producers from other companies who come to visit.
That's true.
Hi there, you all enjoying Farbad so far? You know, if there's one thing both a good festival and a good movie need, it's music. Music and sing, we're just empty without them. I'm just a 2-bit musician myself, but you can bet I'll be adding to the chorus in my own way over here.
Look around all you like. Peace out.
So, this is a famous Al Jumeirah.
Okay, Al Jumeirah Hotel. Catching anything? The Al Jumeirah Hotel, just looking at it is breathtaking. Tell me about it. Last time I was here I only got to check out the observation deck. This place screams celebrities and millionaires. Wouldn't mind staying here once just to see what it's like. Not on our budget. A night here can easily cost more than the office rent if you ain't careful. I bet. Is it seriously that much? It's definitely a place for those who have more money than they know what to do with. Welcome to the Al Jumeirah Hotel. I take it you are Van Arkwright and his companions. We've been expecting you. Our guest is waiting for you. Please follow me. Okay, lead the way. That was an unusual greeting. Thanks, that you already filled in. Yeah, just ignore it and move on. One and the others are taken to a guest room located in the hotel's upper echelons.
Hey everyone. Thanks for taking the time to come all the way out here. You must be exhausted after such a long drive.
Nah, it's good to go on a road trip every once in a while. Your trip must have been pretty tiring here too. Did you take an airship from Edith from get here?
Mm-hmm. I only got here just a bit ago. And I don't believe we've met yet, have we?
No, we haven't. It's nice to meet you. I'm Agnes Claudel. I work as Van's part-time assistant. It's a real honor to meet you, Nina. I laughed along the sea breeze.
Really? I'm flattered. That was my very first film, you know.
Oh, I remember that one. Kinda plain, but the camera work was stellar. Real emotive stuff. In a way, the fact that you never overpowered any scene you were and made you stand out even more. I liked it.
Oh my, I never would have guessed you'd seen it too, Van.
Neither would I. Do you watch a lot of romantic movies, Van? Sure, I watch just about any kind of movie. There are romance movies? I wonder if you need to be older to watch them. You're just full of surprises, huh? At first I hear you've got a sweet tooth and now this. Guess you're not as tough as you look. Oh, shut it. The guy can be tough and like whatever he wants.
Hey, Nina. I'm coming in. Heard some chatter in there. I'm guessing they're all here?
I still don't understand what in the world you...
Hi, Judith. Perfect timing.
Well, this is a surprise. Oh, that... Is that the Judith Lanster in the flesh?
You all are...
We're with Arkwright Solutions, ma'am. I'm Van Arkwright, head honcho. You must be the other client Nina mentioned. Pleasure doing business with you. That was a really amazing lunch, thank you. First class joint like this, you definitely get what you pay for. I'm pretty new to all this, but it sure was tasty whatever it was. So rich and a great sweet aftertaste. The camel's milk in this is better than I could have imagined. And the flavor from that fresh cacao. A damn tragedy you can only get the stuff locally. We really are in the desert oasis hell, better than an actual Shangri-La. Give it a rest already, will you? Don't mind him, you get used to it soon enough. I'm glad you like the cake so much. Judith and I are both big fans of it too. Actually, speaking of which, what's wrong, Judith? You've been so quiet. You haven't eaten very much at all either. You're not coming down with something, are you? What? No, I'm fine. Could be better, in fact. Never mind me. Now that lunch is over, let's get to the topic at hand. Nina has more or less filled me in on what's going on. I know of your work, or what you do as a Spriggan, to be more precise. Word's gotten around about you. But should we really be paying out of our pockets to ask your people to handle such an assignment? Judith, are we really going to have this conversation again? Look, I'm not saying I doubt your intuition, but we have to consider our positions as celebrities. That Dingo Brett, was it? He seems trustworthy enough as a reporter, I grant that. But if things go south, a scandal could be awful. Sure, but... That's a big star for you. Keeping up the appearance is priority number one. I mean, I get it, it can't exactly be the easiest thing calling in a favor to people who live and work in society's underbelly. But if I had to guess, there's probably a reason you'd rather not get the Bracer Guild involved either, yeah? Guess I hit the nail on the head. Sure looks like it. To be clear, there's nothing shady or scandalous going on with us specifically. It's just, the entertainment world is a small one. We can't rule out the chance that this is harassment from someone in the industry. But if we turn to the police or the guild, it's bound to go public, so... Understand, if it isn't a serious crime, you would rather settle things privately, is that it? Yeah, that's it exactly. Thank AD or someone he understands. I think we all got the idea. What isn't adding up is why we are such a big problem, help-wise. The way you keep going on, if anyone is suspicious here, it's you. Now we're getting somewhere. Aaron knows how to cut through things in his own way. Hell, nobody said anything about you bringing any girls along. You wouldn't know, but last time I saw you were putting them in serious danger by... Wait, I'm confused. Do you know these people? No, we don't. Could she be talking about a film screening? Not really. I just happened to see you at the showing, that's all. Alright, fine. It certainly seems like you guys know how to handle yourself in a rough situation. But how good are you at tracking down culprits and uncovering things quietly, huh? I mean, if you had to say... You know, before we got here, we took a bit of a stroll around town. There was something that struck me as odd. Odd like what? Let me ask you guys something. Now that we've walked around a little, did you notice anything that's changed or anything that stuck out? If I didn't know better, I'd say you're off your worker, but in this case... Yeah, now that you mention it, Farbert feels a lot more rambunctious than when I was here last time. If I had to put into words what went off, it would be... You're talking about all the commotion around here, aren't you? There's a big film festival starting soon, it's true, but people seem to be getting a little carried away even beyond that. Really? What do you mean exactly? Think about it like this, we're still getting everything ready, right? It's not even time for the main event. But what was the first thing we saw when we got here this morning? That this place is busy as Langport at happy hour. Not to mention the guys who tried to start something with sisters. It definitely feels like there's something in the air. Like, people are more prone to getting into fights. I think so too, even if I don't understand why. It's possible it's related to this assignment somehow though. That's interesting. That's just the tip of the iceberg though. Something about this town stinks real bad. And not to toot our own horn, but we're just as good at sniffing around as bracers, if not better. Well, you heard him, Judith. He sounds confident. What do you say? Fine, alright. I can't really keep griping when these people have clearly done their homework. I'm still not getting my hopes up too high, mind you, but I join Nina in making this a formal request from the two of us. Show me your people are more than just talk and deliver us results. I want the girls to stay safe out there, you hear me? I'm not just talking about avoiding fights. The entertainment district here isn't exactly safe, or a good influence in general. You two guys, I don't care about. Go nuts if you want. Wow, I can really feel the love. Wait, hold on, what's so bad about this entertainment district? Let's not worry about that, Fairy. Anyway, be careful, Judith, I promise.
Oh, I see you're all having a party in here. Hey there, Judith! And glad to see you're doing great, Nina, baby!
Huh? Wait, isn't that Mr. Gotti? What are you doing here? You can't just barge in on people.
I heard you girls were in town. I could not come over and say hello now, could I? We're all friends here. There's no need to be all formal.
Oh, and who might you two ladies be? You both look a little young, but with a bit of polish, I'm sure you'd shine bright. Tell you what, why don't you take part in my carnival cavalcade? Get a taste of the limelight. Pardon me? What's a cavalcade? Well, this guy's a piece of work. And you look like someone who'd take to the silver screen. We've already plenty of guys in the parade as is, but it can never have enough feminine charm. What can I do to convince you to get out there and cross-dress as a lady, huh? Now you've done it. I'll have you know I can play a woman just fine. That said, I think I know who you are now. There's no doubt we're looking at director Salvatore Gotti himself. Wow, you mean the guy who made Golden Blood? And he's involved with a film festival at every level, as I understand. Darn tootin', can't say I'm shocked you kids recognize me. You're here for my film festival after all. I had the pleasure of seeing Golden Blood for what it's worth. The cinematography, when things hit a fever pitch, still didn't get in the way of how clever it all was. It's an amazing sequence. Not to mention the way the protagonist makes the audience feel right at the climax. Themes of freedom from oppression and a celebration of life at the same time. Both coming through without clashing. It was great. Well, I'll be damned. Son, I don't know who you are, but I see a bright future for you too. You're right on the money. I wanted my main character Zoe to free the humanity and the errors trapped inside audiences. Enough already, you two. Sheesh. Mr. Gotti, I think that's enough for now. If you're so discerning, then you have no trouble appreciating my carnal cavalcade. I can't go into detail, but what I can say is that I bring together lots of models, dancers and actresses, including our Judith and Nina. It's going to make for one killer opening act for the film festival, I tell you, even if it'll also be garnished with some guys too. So that's what he's putting on. Sounds pretty fun if you ask me. Yeah, it's going to be all kinds of fun if you catch my drift. So basically gonna build off your work in Golden Blood and break new ground again, right? Haha, you got it. You really get what I'm going for here. Tell me boy, what do they call you? Von Arkwright, nobody special. Just a gopher from the capital. Here, let me give you my business card. Well, it's good to see we're so excited. Those two are ridiculous. Can't President Dillon keep a tighter leash on Salvatore?
Believe me, life would be so much easier if I could. Anyway, who are these people? I think one of them said he was a gopher? Better than a news reporter, I suppose.
Oh, don't mind them. They're here on personal business for us. Yes, they're just helping us with a bit of a private matter. Alright, I'll leave you to it. More importantly, Judith, Nina, I know you two just got here, but could you come upstairs? There's someone I'd like to introduce you to. Who is it? Wait, you don't mean... Come on, I need you two in the lounge on the top floor. It'll be rude to keep them waiting. We're taking our leave now. You too, Gotti. Hey, hold on, Gaspar. I'm not done talking to these kids. We still need to negotiate their appearance and the... Don't make me repeat myself. Time is money here. We really must be going right now. Hey, wait, you kids. I promise I'll be in touch. My people, your people, do lunch. Oh, that guy was like a tornado. Some luck we have running into both Gotti and President Dillon of Vegas Films himself. Mr. Dillon sure seemed to have trouble keeping Mr. Gotti under control. Gotti is proof that you can't work in show business unless you have, well, a few screws loose. Well, to be fair, that is part of the reason his films are so powerful. But just to be clear, not everyone's working in this industry is as out there as him, I swear. Yeah, maybe about 30% have their heads on straight, maybe. Anyway, looks like business calls. We'd better be on our way too. You're free to decide the best course of action while you're in town. Just make sure to report to us directly both tonight and tomorrow night, alright? Other than that, we won't tell you what to do. Make sure to have some fun at the film festival itself too, if you can. Oh, you bet. Wouldn't miss it for the world. Wish us luck, ladies. We'll see what we can dig up. We won't come back empty-handed. Sounds good to me. See you tonight. Oh, I just remembered. Hey, Agnes. Oh, right. Say you two, before we go, could we ask a little favor? Right. The autographs. You think Shahina will like these? Absolutely, we have to figure out a good time to give them to her. It's 1 PM now. At this point, there's gotta be even more people milling about. Let's do another tour around the city, especially the entertainment district. We might spot something we didn't see before. Alright, if that's the price I pay to keep a couple actors as company. You must be pretty raring to go after having that fancy cake, huh? That's part of it, but I also feel like I can start putting you guys to work in earnest. Somewhat at least. This next phase ought to make for good word training. I've taught you three how Spring operates, how they think. Now it's your turn to go out there and work like one. Right. Roger. Sounds good to me. Don't get too full of yourself with that kind of talk, man. There they go, bickering again. I thought we were all here to oversee the festival, and yet... I guess we haven't seen each other since the Princess Banquet 2 years ago. Maybe our fathers are just catching up? They were competing back then, to be sure, but this definitely feels more venomous. Forgive me for asking, but is it fair to say your father has changed since letting Valis into your realm? You could say, but on one hand I can understand him not wanting to be held back by old customs for the sake of tradition. But the fact is, once he set a stubborn mind on anything, nothing can dissuade him. We'll see what happens, I suppose. Be that as it may, that's no reason we personally can't get along. After all, we come from the same land. There's much we have in common. Our generation can absolutely put the quarrels of our fathers to bed. We put our minds to it, don't you agree? Yeah, I don't see why not. To be honest, it makes me happy to hear you say that. Really happy, as a matter of fact. The Bashers and Dahas have been rival clans practically since the beginning of time. Not that we typically resort to arms to settle our differences. In fact, we crossed paths before at royal functions. But with my father getting roped into Valis' financial schemes, the situation has gotten a little complicated. Must the two sides always bear thanks to one another at every possible opportunity? Honestly, it was simply supposed to be a trip where we oversaw an event in which my father invested, following the prince's example. I was truly looking forward to this festival, but who knows if I'll even be able to enjoy it now.
Alrighty.
You learn a lot when you work at a hotel where the guests are very discerning about their alcohol. I practice my craft all over the place, but I can say with confidence that this place is where I truly belong. After all, where else in Zamoria can I try my hand at mixing Central Eastern fruits and flavors and cocktails from all over? And these are the fathers? Well, what do you say, Daha? Haven't you tired yet of serving the royal family as its loyal dog? Bold words coming from a man who joined forces with a developing nation to complete his trade routes, and you call me the dog. Unlike you, we haven't cast aside our pride as a clan and still remember the debt we owe to the royal family. Haha, bold words coming from one such as you. Perhaps you feel the need to profess your loyalty with him present? The fact is, times are changing and simply made the choice that best capitalized on the location of our dominion. Nothing more, nothing less. These people are true visionaries, I tell you. Free yourself from those old shackles and face reality for what it is. This isn't merely about Mira. Asaim has people like His Highness the Prince and your very own sister, you know? You'll come to regret showing such disregard for a principality, and you have nobody to blame but yourself. Da is still stuck in his old ways. What good is having power if a man doesn't exercise it on others, huh? I forget him. All I care about is making my realm and fortune as big as possible, so my son can inherit a lot from me. Actions speak louder than words. I show that that my way will bear fruit. Plenty of fruit at that. I can hardly believe that the head of Bashars who hold the eastern part of El Zaim has been in bed with Valis all this time. I knew that they'd been investing far and wide in an effort to spread their influence, but to witness it so close at home is a shock. I suppose it means that trade routes neighboring El Zaim have begun to fall under their umbrella at last. I never imagined second-rate actors like me would ever get to stay in such a fancy hotel. I've been to other film festivals before, but never got to hang out in anything like this. I mean, Judith Lanster is here. Sounds like there are plenty of other A-listers here too. Maybe if I'm lucky and get some pointers from them, that would be great. I wonder if anyone like Lafal Aznavour is staying in this place. Welcome to Al Jumeirah Hotel. As one of the floor managers, we're honored for your visit. I'm in charge of hotel services for both first and second floors, as well as reception. As such, should you need absolutely anything whatsoever, please don't hesitate to come find me and ask. I'll be more than glad to help. If you require any assistance, please don't hesitate to call on me. We currently have not only very famous actors staying with us, but also a number of VIPs hailing from El Zaim. Between the unprecedented number of guests visiting Farbat and the increasing trouble, it's fair to say we are a bit under pressure. Nevertheless, we want our VIPs to feel completely safe within our walls, and we respond to issues with the urgency they demand.
So...
There I go again, my apologies, I didn't mean for that to slip out. I've done some martial arts training in the past, you see. I also work security for the hotel here. Because of that, sometimes when I get into the job, that mindset from my training days comes back to me. Welcome to Al Jumeirah Hotel. Miss Lancer has already informed me of your arrival. She's currently staying in the upper levels of the hotel. Should you need anything, however, I'll be more than happy to assist you. It's always shocking to see just how much the city is growing. It's gotten so prosperous. I swear it looks different every time I visit. As one who runs the Vern Infrastructure Division, I stay informed about the size of the investments that get made here. But you can't appreciate just how much the Central Eastern investors want Farbat to grow, the money they're spending unless you see it. Alright.
This is a famous Al Jumeirah.
So, we talked with all of you. Hey there, boys. Out doing a little sightseeing? If you're looking for something to check out, I can hook you up with all kinds of places. Everybody knows me around here. Farbat is full of fun spots that only the locals really know. We've got casinos, bars. If it's just us lads talking, I could even tell you about some of the city's hottest attractions if you catch my drift. Ah, what do you mean by hot? Because if it involves some hot ass, I'm down to party. Ahem. Aaron, you seem to be forgetting we have Ferry with us. To be fair, spots like that can be worth visiting in our line of work. You'd be surprised how much dirt you can dig up in places like that. But she's right, you can forget it while we got the kid with us. Just keep it in the back of your mind for later.
Alrighty.
People often refer to Farbad as a city of pleasure, and for good reason. There's plenty more to be found here beyond just sparkly hotels and traditional rest houses. Want to learn more? I'd be happy to fill you in, just ask. Nightclub?
Not this way.
Still closed.
Hell yes! This is what I've been waiting for!
Don't get too excited. You're still on the clock.
Welcome to the Moulin Casino. We hope you enjoy your visit. While you're here, why not indulge in some games of chance? With any luck, you might be blessed with fortune. If you stretch change your earnings, I'll gladly take care of that for you. It's honestly my favorite part of running a casino. As you can see, with the economy in such good shape, our customers have been betting quite big recently. Nothing like a good windfall to make people believe in the power of luck. Why don't you all join them? Ride this wave of fortune and see just how far it can take you too. We probably can't play right now. They're sure raking it in over in Valles. Makes us even look like a bunch of cheapskates by comparison. Never thought a developing nation would pony up nearly twice as much for ore as a principality, but here we are. The future has never been brighter for my region. Owning a mine is not so bad when you got help like that. Welcome. Can you play a round of cards with me? There's more to them than you might think. Once you get good enough, it's fun to see glimmers of your opponent's true identities seep in. Casinos are pretty fun places to visit, and I don't just mean for the gambling either. That part has its thrills, sure, but I get my real kick out of simply people watching. At any given moment in time, you got a sea of souls mingling, many who will go nowhere and some who will go far. Like that dealer over there, the one with the glasses. He can intuit which type of customer he's playing. It's amazing stuff. Bamordi?
Well, look who it is. I had a feeling I'd run into you all sooner rather than later.
I see you guys have had no problem getting settled in and working here.
Forget us. Last I checked, you weren't supposed to be here till tomorrow. I never thought I would see you hanging out with Bamordi either.
My schedule got bumped up, so I ended up running into this guy on the train.
And here I was going to try and surprise you all later. I even made Dingo keep it a secret too. In my case, there's a bartending tournament taking place at the same time as the film festival, which I've been invited to. To even have Van here with me? Oh, it must be fate. What else could it be?
Yeah, no, I had run-ins with cops more faithful than this. Well, at least it explains you two being an odd couple. I assume this has nothing to do with you lining up for SPGs and you're out here to cover a film festival? Another sort of beat I'd peg you working, a little normal compared to your usual fare, ain't it? It is what it is. There's something that caught my attention that I'm trying to look into. What do you mean? Does it have to do with a film festival? Is it related to Nina's request somehow? No, it's nothing different. Well, granted, I can't entirely rule out them being related at the moment. Oh boy, that sure answers a lot. Is this that scoop you're always pursuing on the down low? Never heard what the deal is there. Well, how should I put it?
Forgive my interruption, Mr. Brad, Mr. Bamordi.
No, this is a surprise. What is it?
I'm terribly sorry to bother you, sir. You have a call waiting for you. A woman going by the last name M.A. contacted the front desk.
Say what? Amy, isn't that the reporter? Marielle? Oh, you mean that gullible reporter we saw back in Langport? As I recall, she works for the Tyrol Times, has the hots for old Dingo here. Big time hots. Do you have a scorching date planned all the way out here? Sounds like things are really blossoming between the two of you. Like hell they are. I specifically told her to keep away from me for this trip. Sorry, I'd better take care of this. I'll see you all later. Poor guy. Always being put through the ringer by that girl. He just can't seem to keep her hanging for long. Anyway, the bartending tournament I was talking about is being hosted by the Aljamera Hotel. I'm going to hang out here a bit longer, then make my way over there. If you hear anything interesting, I'll be sure to get in touch. In the meantime, good luck everyone. Sounds good. Can't wait to hear what we dig up. Thanks, Morty. Good luck with your tournament. You should treat us to some cocktails, you know? Taste testing before grueling competition. I don't know. We're here to work.
I'll win next time.
I can't believe Bernardi himself is entering the bartending tournament. You may not realize it, but he's a pretty big celebrity in our line of work. He said he wanted to get some practice in before a big event, so I'm letting him man my counter. I'll definitely be keeping a close eye on what he does. He's not everywhere to get to learn from a master like him. Most days, it's me who's tending the bar here at the casino. I like to whip up cocktails that include rare Central Eastern fruit, which are a big hit among my customers. Plus, for my more well-connected clientele, I also offer an area of fine liquors from across the Moria.
Well...
You darlings sure seem shocked to see me standing at the counter here, huh? That's not the only surprise I hope to have in store for you all. Assuming all my practice for the bartending tournament pays off. You're telling me never expect to see you hanging out with Dingo of all people. But far be it from me to complain about having you here. Don't be surprised if we hit you up later. This bartending tournament sounds like a pretty fun time too. Can't say I've heard anything like that before. Oh, it's a thing alright. It sounds like they've deliberately timed this year's event to coincide with a film festival. Seeing as I was invited and all, I figured it would be rude not to put in a good effort, you know? So you're out here working a local joint trying to shake off a rust, I get it? Didn't take you to be so serious about these sort of things. Shows me what I know. I've got my connections in the bartending world, as you might imagine. It wasn't that hard to call in a favor. Regardless, I'll be training at the hotel starting tonight. So I'm sure we'll be seeing plenty of each other out there.
Come on!
Welcome to Moulin Casino. Feel free to pull up a chair and enjoy our wide array of games. Or if you prefer, we also offer a best-in-class bar as well. We spared no expense whatsoever to ensure that you, our customer, have nothing less than the most pleasurable experience possible. Most bets tend to skew high due to our richer Central Eastern patrons, but please don't let that stop you from enjoying yourself. Maria, I know I told you not to get involved this time. What? You're coming to Faber tonight? Give me a break for once, will you? Alright, hit me up when you get here. I can't pick your nosy self up at the station. Just don't stick your head into anything weird or dangerous while you're here, got it? Sounds like an reporter's on the case again. Don't get too carried away leading the poor girl on, Dingo.
Well...
Wait, if Modi is bartending, can I shop from him?
Welcome to my adult... Cheers to Tharbad!
I can, but here's nothing new. Good. It's been a month since my wife left me. Since then I've been wondering which would mend my broken heart, beauty or excitement. I've been traveling, trying to figure that out, and 2 days ago I finally found my answer, my fate in the cultural district. My heart needs both beauty and excitement. I found it in that dancer. She's exactly what I've been looking for this whole time. And you are my customer for the other 4 SPG? Osman. Well, I guess it's not coming back on its own anytime soon, is it? I better round it up soon, or else TLoH could be in real trouble. It just means this guy look like he's in trouble. Haven't you heard curiosity killed a cat? Keep your nose out of trouble, small fry. Well, it might not be that bad. Maybe it's a problem we can help with. Not to mention, it might be a good way to get to know the area and the state of it. Well, we are in the area. Might as well see what he needs. Hey, my man, what's wrong? You look a little annoyed about something. Oh, who are you guys? Arkwright Solutions. We specialize in problems that can't be left to the police or Bracer Guild. We work out of Edith, but we're out here to handle an assignment. Depending on what's bothering you, we might be able to sort it out. You could? Oh, that would be great. Wait, you said you specialize in problems that can't be entrusted to the police or the guild, right? Does that mean you won't handle anything that falls outside that? Not necessarily. Why don't you tell us what's going on? Well, you see, I make my living distributing food in Farbad. This time I thought I could save a few more by not hiring any escort and getting through the Sandsea all on my own. I figured I would be fine. It's the route I know like the back of my hand. No big deal. What's my dear sense of? A vicious sandstorm hit that completely threw me off my sense of direction. Then, of course, monsters had to attack. That sounds awful. I'm glad you made it out in one piece. Sounds like Mother Nature made you pay for your hubris big time. Did she ever? Fortunately, the entire caravan made it out of that mess alive, with the skin of our teeth. Unfortunately, it was only when we got here that I realized that the last camel was supposed to bring up our ware had gone missing. And that's a big problem. That animal is carrying rare food that I'd really rather not lose if I can help it. Need to hurry out there and search for that camel and the food. Not sure what to do. Tell me more about this rare food it's holding around. What sort of stuff are we talking about exactly? Have you ever heard of raw cacao? It's pretty obscure, so I doubt you... I'm sorry, did you say raw cacao? Oh yeah, that's a rare ingredient inside that Melfita stuff we had earlier, wasn't it? I don't get what the big deal is. I can imagine what it's like easily enough if it's just regular old cacao. It can't be that special. That's where you're wrong, my friend. Sounds like someone needs a crash course on cacao and how it works. Cacao beans are the base ingredient of chocolate. You get them from inside cacao pods that grow on trees. Now the thing about those cacao pods is that they also have this pulp that can be used too. That pulp happens to be the raw cacao. Your average marketplace doesn't usually carry them, so they're hard to find. That's exactly right, you know your stuff. Color me impressed. Cause I'm a man who can't live without some good old chocolate, so I've been dying to have raw cacao at least once. It's supposed to have a sweet yet sour profile, with a little bitterness thrown in that makes it addictive, a real Central Eastern delicacy. We get it, dude, it's the greatest thing on the goddess's green earth or whatever. You don't have to give us a lecture about it. What do you mean you can't live without your chocolate? Make it sound like you'd croak if you don't get your fix. There goes Swan, there's nothing stopping him now. Oh wow, I'm learning a lot today. Now you've got me curious what it's like too. If you guys are that interested in it, I can let you all sample some of it. Assume you can find my camel that's carrying my stock of it in mind. It's not every day you get a chance to dine on some genuine raw cacao straight from the source. This might be something the guild could totally handle, but hell if I'm gonna let them edge me out of this. Sure. We don't usually take this sort of work, but I'll make an exception this time. We'll take a job. Are you sure you can handle it? I don't want to pressure you, but you'll be doing me a huge favor. Well, if our boss says it's okay, besides we don't want your camel to come to harm, we'd be more than happy to help. Yep, we get to save an innocent critter and have some yummy food afterwards. It's the best job ever. Yeah, look at us, real pack of professionals here. I was interested in checking out those sand dunes though. Seems like I could get a decent workout there, so hell, I'm game. Then we're all in agreement. We're off to the desert to find that camel. Before we take off, do you happen to remember where exactly we're attacked by those monsters? Let me think. You know, believe it or not, I'm pretty sure it was actually close to town. Looking at the map, once you're in the sand dunes and head a little to the west, you'll find the spot. Gotcha. West it is. You have to imagine that camel can't have gotten all that far. I must still be wandering there somewhere. We start at the site of the attack and fan out around that. Sounds good to me. We better hurry. We don't want the camel to get hurt.
Let's hurry up and finish this.
Okay, but we do all that these 4 SPGs next time. Until next time then, I'm Mace and don't get lost.